don't die, bro.
No, right? So yeah, excuse me. I've always thought. My bad.
But you got that long COVID now, bro.
No, I was like, what the hell, my little. Well, went down the wrong pipe.
Well, stop drinking that peach crown or whatever the fuck.
No, it's not peach, it's apple. This is actually Four Roses.
Four Roses is good.
Four Roses.
Fair enough. All right, bro. We're gonna jump into it because I'm gonna vent for a minute, and then we'll get into the other things we want to talk about. So, as I've stated multiple times on the show, I try very hard not to be political. Personally, I'm very middle of the road, where it pisses people off all the time. I can see both sides. I dislike the extremes of both sides pretty much 100% of the time because it's not real. It's bullshit. Anyhow, but with that being said, when I see a problem consistently, this one is our show, so I want to talk about it. Language towards or about cops, military. What do I mean by that? Over the last couple of weeks, hold on, got to do my preamble. You can be upset with what's happening, how it's happening, who's directing it to happen. Currently, right now, everyone's pissed off about, immigration stuff and the federalization of D.C. using basically the White House, the administration is taking over policing in D.C. I have mixed feelings about it. I have thoughts about it. I guess I'll touch on that for a minute. My question is, we don't have to answer it, but what do you do when leadership is not doing their job? Meaning, crime is rising. Personally, when I lived in D.C., I almost got carjacked twice. Now I'm not the one, and I was carrying. One time I was on my way to work. The other time I was on my way to the gym. Basically, the technique. Yeah, the technique is two cars. They try to slow you, push you off to the side of the road, and then they jack you. But I was hitting the shoulder. I was doing all kinds of evasive maneuvers, so they weren't able to get me. So crime is a real thing, and people are constantly getting jacked. Shit, bro. I didn't mean to do this, but the other topic that's coming up is, but crime is actually going down. For the last 15 years, I'm not trying to call it any agency. I think it's pretty much not just isolated to DC. I fully disagree with it, but it's in every major city minimum. You will arrest or be investigating a burglary. Somebody broke into your home and stole something, which is a felony, and it varies in level of felony depending on the lots of variations. But typically, it's a felony pretty much everywhere you go. You will arrest them. You will investigate it as a felony burglary. You will arrest them and charge them with felony burglary, but you will write the report as a trespassing plus theft or a trespassing and assault or whatever. They basically try to minimize the crime stats, and it's a way of documenting and arresting and investigating. But when they send it up to the FBI, it doesn't get reported as a felony. So you can say as a sheriff or chief or mayor or whatever, crime is going down, even though it's the same exact fucking number of crimes. Anyway, that has been a long-standing thing. It's not a left thing or a right thing. They both fucking do it. Do you agree, disagree?
I do. I should be going this.
Yes. With all that being said, currently, it seems to be coming mostly from the left. And when I say the left, Democrats, I'm talking about politicians. Once again, if you're not an elected official, say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Do you mean like Democratic-led cities or just Democrats in general?
Democratic congresspeople and senators and former elected officials are going on platforms, social media, interviews, news, whatever it is they're doing. And their language is what's pissing me the fuck off.
Okay.
Once again, I just did my preamble, so it is what it is. They described ICE agents, Homeland Security agents, FBI agents, whatever. There's 318 fucking federal agencies. And then Marines and our National Guard. These are all American citizens, men and women, husbands, fathers, mothers, sisters, daughters, whatever. These are people who are serving our country, and they are doing what they are being and told to do. And then you have this political element describing them as masked, armed individuals kidnapping American citizens, snatching people off the streets. That rhetoric is fucking wild. It's not an invasionary force. It's not a militia. It's not a terrorist squads roaming through the streets, scaring everybody. These are men and women who are serving our country in whatever capacity, doing what they are being told to do. The wildest comparison was Nazi soldiers doing what Hitler instructed. That was a comparison that was made.
That has a comparison to
to them arresting illegal immigrants and deporting them back to their countries. Crazy, bro. The difference being the Nazis were executing motherfuckers in the streets, raping, murdering, chopping up, and sending them to concentration camps to be horrific fucking crimes. Once again, you might not agree with why or how and all this other stuff, and we could touch on that because I'm very conflicted on it. I think if you come here and you commit a crime, you should absolutely go back. But I'm waffling, and this is where I'm middle of the road. You come here and you're working 50, 60, 100 hours a week. You're paying taxes or whatever the fuck. You're not doing, what are we doing, bro? Whatever. I can see both sides. I've heard both sides scream about it. But my thing is, and this is another comparison. We have enough American citizens who commit crimes. I agree. They should go to jail. We can't deport them, right? That's our problem. Why do we need to import more people who want to commit crimes? And when I say crimes, I'm talking trafficking in drugs, human trafficking, violent crimes, stealing shit. Like, get the fuck out of here. But the other part of me is like, but you want to come here and educate yourself, start a business, work, grind your ass off. Yeah, get after it. Last point, and then I'll kick it to you. I got to dump this out because I've been bottling it up. People that I know and that I work with and interact with on a regular basis who are more left leaning are like, and they say it with this, the passion and the empathy. And they're just like, well, I mean, who's going to work in the restaurants and the hotels and who's going to pick our crops? And they're just like so empathetic. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's the most demeaning shit you could ever fucking say. You're saying these illegal immigrants, the only thing they're good for is cleaning bedrooms and washing dishes and picking crops. Like, that's some demeaning ass shit. Yeah. Once again, whatever, work. That's a crazy way to feel like you feel like a good person for saying that. I'm like, no, that's some wild shit you just said. All right, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. I had to get it out, bro.
That's your covert racism talking that you don't even realize that what you're saying, what you're doing it.
Bro, it's wild. They say it with their chest out. Like, this is a, and they say, they have that, that face you put on where you just, but who's going to do that? Bro, what?
Other American citizens? I don't know. People need a job.
But also, what are we talking about? Like, that's crazy. That's a wild statement.
It's like, if you get down on your luck, you'll be doing it.
This ties into a whole nother thing. Who gives a fuck? What if your career is you're a maid or a dishwasher? I worked as a dishwasher. Who gives a, like, what the fuck? Did people look down on me? I didn't think they did.
Probably. And
they probably did. Yeah, you're right.
Probably. But this is a sidebar for what we're talking about, but just.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I went off the rails.
No, you just brought something in regards to that specific or whatever. And I've actually gotten away from meeting people for the first time and kind of telling them what I do. When you're learning about people, because it's like I've noticed it. The older I've gotten, the more people that I meet, right? Especially when I'm outside of the scope of my day job.
Yes,
and shit. Even times in my day job, right? Well, I'll go to the outside of the day job first. You find people kind of like asking you, like, "Oh, well, what do you do?" Like, if you don't give the right answer, it's like they're asking. It's almost like they're asking that question so they could figure out how they're going to treat you.
What box you're going to go in?
Yeah, what box you're going to go in? How they're going to treat you? What this interaction is going to be like? Yeah. I'm like, I do a little this, a little that, whatever, right?
Which means you're in between jobs.
So I saw this thing online the other day, and the guy was like, the older I get, the more I lie. More I just lie to random strangers about shit, about what I do, whatever. I just lie to them all the time.
Yeah.
One, especially if it's like I'm never going to see this person again ever in my life. I was like, I just lied to him. I'm just like, yeah, I'm a photographer for Art Basel or some shit, some weird shit or whatever. Like, they're never going to fucking know. Even like on the other side of that, I do find myself at times in uniform talking to people where it's like, and I ask myself, depending on how the conversation is going or how the interaction is going, I'm like, you know what? I wonder how this interaction would be, or how we would be interacting right now if I wasn't in uniform, right? So in the sense of like, you seem to only have respect, not necessarily for me personally. Obviously, you don't know me personally, but like you're talking to me because I'm in this uniform and have the level of respect that you do because I'm in this uniform, not necessarily because we're two human beings having a conversation and that we could just be respectful to one another. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but also, or disrespect. It's like, you don't know me to be that nasty to me.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. And yes, another way, like, fuck you paying up. I'm like,
you have no idea who I am.
And you're lucky I'm in this uniform. That's actually what you know what I'm saying? Like, that's actually keeping this civil at the moment. All right.
Yeah.
This is the one thing keeping me off your ass at the moment. on a man to man, human being, level type of thing. And I'm like, and that's why I'm always like, as a matter of fact, have you ever heard me raise my voice? Probably you can tell, maybe on one hand.
Maybe doesn't ring a bell. And
Right.
Unless you're telling someone to stop. Like I think when we were chasing that one dude.
Well, yeah.
It wasn't like you were, but you weren't like yelling. You were raising your voice to command, not in an argumentative way.
Yeah, right. So I'm like,
no, actually, I can tell you that right now. I don't think I've ever heard you like raise your voice like in an argument or a conversation. No, like unless you're trying to project. No.
Yeah. Right. And I'm like, and it's like it's not because I'm not confrontational, right? Warriors pay for peace. I want to be peaceful. I don't want any problems. I don't want any problems unless they say they want problems. Then I say, okay, then we got a problem.
Yeah.
But I guess, there's that. But I guess to get back on the language part.
The way they describe and articulate law enforcement doing their job or military, because it's National Guard, especially now when the Marines went to California. Again, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm conflicted in that. I didn't like it, but my son is a Marine. Don't call him, what the fuck are you saying? Like, again, I'm not trying to be one of those wild, crazy people like, oh, my fucking bro. It's not like that, but it's like you're describing soldiers, men and women who are serving our country. Be respectful when you talk about them. I mean, you might not like why they're there, but they're not there. It's not like the Marines just said, yo, we're all group up. We're going to go do some shit. No, they're being commanded and they go to jail if they disobey orders. So like, what the fuck are we talking about?
No, that's a good point, though. I think people don't realize that it's, obviously that always spawns off different arguments, right? Where it's like, hey, these people are doing the job. This is the orders for the military, completely different in the civilian world, right? They're on orders. So they know what the fuck.
Oh, my God. Way different.
Way different, right? And they should be like, well, you're a cop. You don't have to do that. I'm like, well, this is also the profession that I chose. This is what I happen to be doing at the time. It's like, would you stop doing what you're doing if you didn't agree with, said policy, depending on what you have at stake, right? Most people got families, they got kids, they got retirements, they got things they have to look after. You know what I mean?
There's levels, bro. Hey, go kill all the illegal immigrants. Yeah. Nope, not doing that. Nope, not doing that one. But hey, do your job. Go arrest them. Show them dignity, respect. But this is what we're enforcing. You got to do it, bro.
Got to do it. I agree.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. It's a wild rhetoric and the language that's being used. It's and unfortunately I see it every fucking day. It's like driving me nuts.
Yeah, man. It's similar to I think what you kind of saw around around the time of like the BLM stuff kind of starting. You know what I mean? Like the protests, a lot of the social. What am I trying to say here? Social justice.
Posturing.
Yeah, like the social justice kind of like thing being the biggest. Not necessarily. It's been a thing for a long time, right? But like that being like bothers the main thing of a lot of talk and discourse, right?
Yeah.
It was always kind of like, being a cop at that time was kind of like strange because
they were treating you fucking wild, bro.
Well, I mean, that's a whole nother thing, right?
All right, yeah, we'll save that for another.
That's a whole nother thing. But I think it was not a difficult, but it was a strange transition to see the language and people being like, before it's like, hey, you would know where to kind of like expect that kind of shit from, right? It's like, hey, if I know I go into this area, if I know I go into this area, this is not a friendly area. The relationship between the community and law enforcement is not always, they're not inviting us to the fucking, to the birthday parties, they're not inviting us to those kind of things, right? We don't have that type of relationship in this area of the city or the county.
Yeah.
But it was kind of strange to kind of be like, hey, you're at Starbucks trying to get a coffee, and the car in front of you is like, so the soccer mom, of three, with a stroller is like, fuck the police, you guys are terrible.
Me?
Okay. You talking about me, man? Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. We're in downtown Tampa right now. Okay. So it was kind of like, it's strange to kind of see it being like, kind of coming from every angle, if you will. So I think this time frame kind of reminds me of that, where it's like the type of discourse, the type of language that's being talked about with some of the federal agencies, especially like the military. But I think, obviously, like we just said, the military is a completely different thing. Like, these guys are on orders. They do have a basic humanity. Of course, you have a choice, right? But
once again, they're not being instructed to go murder everybody. No, that's not happening.
Yeah, it's like, hey, these are our orders. This is what we're doing.
This
is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of this discourse too seems to kind of not necessarily be misguided, right? Because I'm not going to say anybody's thoughts or opinions or feelings are misguided on any topic, right? But it's like you are just like you're you're focusing your energies on the people who are in front of you or who are at the ground level doing what they're doing, because those are the only ones you can actually have contact with.
Yeah.
Right? You're not going to be able to get a meeting with the fucking president or your governor or whatever to have this level of like to voice your opinions on this discourse. So, I would say they're taking it out on these guys, but kind of, so it's weird to see. I'm just glad that we're not, well, I say we, but I say me is not involved in that kind of shit at the current moment. So I'm just like, nah, stay away from it. All right, stay away from it.
It's more the rhetoric, dude. It's like, making a hero out of the fucking idiot that threw a sandwich at a fucking cop. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Or I can't tell you how, and once again, I will say, it's not the people from like, it's the unexpected, right? Where they're like banging the bells like 2 inches from a cop's ear, screaming. These aren't like actual criminals. You know what I mean? These are like people that I don't know what the fuck's wrong. There's something mentally wrong with them, because I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. And then I will say it's because it's a lack of consequences. Because then you see when the cops put hands on these motherfuckers, they're like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's not that it's strange to see, but I mean, it gets this kind of strange to see, right? Because like you said, it's we've been doing this shit for a while, and you've always come across, those, I don't want to say career criminals, right? But people that have, a lot of law enforcement contact. They know what they're getting into. They know what they're doing. We know what we're doing. And usually, for the most part, it is, hey, I'm doing what I'm doing. This time I got caught. It is, most of the times I've gotten away with it. And that is what it is.
Typically, I'm trying to think back. Most of my interactions with what we would quote unquote call career criminals. I'm not saying there's not an element of danger there, but it was kind of what you said. It's like, bro, you doing your job, I'm doing mine. You got me today. It's like a game almost. There's no resistance. There's none of that shit. It's usually the fucking people who are either drunk or on something. Those are the ones that are wilding out. Yeah, or when you start getting involved in family matters, which is why I hated fucking domestics.
I hate domestics, bro. Yeah, because that's a whole other level of shit. But it's when you see like a lot of these extreme things, right? Yeah, it's usually people from the far extremes of whatever side, whatever end of the argument that you're on, right? Like the guy with the fucking sandwich. It's like
he worked for the Department of Justice.
He worked for the Department. I'm like, bro, what is happening?
What's wrong with you?
What are you doing, right? So you see, like, and I don't want to say liberals or like, people are super, super conservatives or whatever, but it's like, it's usually like the people on the extreme end or whatever are the ones that you see kind of like enacting the most violence, which is kind of weird.
Bro, like, they're getting, the extremes are getting so far apart, they're almost coming together. Bro. They had there was someone, again, we're getting political, just bear with me for a minute. There was somebody talking on the liberal side to an extreme right, and they were talking about how, because right, pro Palestine, they fucking hate Israel. He's like, and the far right guy was like, yeah, me too. They were describing segregation because black people should have their own dorms and their own living areas because they feel more comfortable. Because white people he's like, yeah, me too. So like they started talking about all this crazy shit. They're like, wow, we have a lot in common. But it's like the other dude's like all far right, like I don't want to say KKK, but he, way far right, and the other one's a far left. And it's like what you are describing. You guys have now come almost full circle, and you're on the same side again.
Like I said, like if a coin is like this, here, and then you ended up on this side, like you literally come full circle. You're like,
yeah, I was dying, bro. That's how stupid shit comes. Last topic, and then we'll move on to double standards. But last thing, I was in court the other day, and this is a federal courthouse, and just touching on this point. There's 12 people in there. There was some sort of raid that happened. I don't know. 11 of them, they're all illegal immigrants. Okay. They we had to sit there through all of it, which was interesting to hear all the back and forth and the law stuff. I'm still a nerd for that. It had nothing to do with my case, so it doesn't matter. But the 11 trafficking large amounts of cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, violent armed robberies, stealing cars. I mean, not all of them. I'm just describing the different charges amongst the 11 on top of also being illegal, like violent, dangerous shit to the community. And then the number 12 comes in, and I'm just like, he already looks different than the rest. He had like a collar shirt on and slacks. He's like a lawn care guy. And he's like, yeah, I work 80 hours. I mean, they had a translator. I work 80 hours a week. I live with my brothers, my uncle, and, I've been doing this for a couple of years or whatever. And that was it. No criminal history, no prior charges, no nothing. Doing his thing. And I'm like, so of the 12 people in here,
how did he get one?
Which one's different? He was illegal. That was his only.
That was the only thing?
Okay. That was it. I was like, and I looked at my teammate, my coworker. I was just like, what are we doing? Like the first 11, I was like, yeah, fuck those motherfuckers. They're out here doing wild shit. And it wasn't like, oh, selling like a little, no, they were slanging fucking dope, bro, and like doing wild shit. And then you got this guy who's like, I'm just working and, for my uncle's business. And I'm like, bro, what are we doing? I see, this is where I get conflicted. And there's going to be people on the right like, no, they're illegal. That's a crime. Blah, blah, blah. I fucking get it. I understand. But then on the left, they'd be like, no, they're all citizens. No, somewhere in between. This is why I'm saying I'm in the middle. And people fucking hate it. They fucking hate it, bro.
Again, like I said, to me, immigration always comes back to what I said about your house, right? You would not let anybody into your house without you knowing who they are and vetting them to some sort of vetting process.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
To me, that's as basic as you.
Yeah. Would you let these people in your house? I don't know. Yeah. Number 12, probably.
Maybe.
First 11, hell no.
No.
Fuck no. And let me tell you something. Well, we've been cops for a long time. And I'm not trying to, we're going to get in trouble. I might edit this out. But you can, when you look at somebody like, yo, that motherfucker's a criminal. Well, it has nothing to do with race. It's not that. You're male, female, but you're like, bro, that motherfucker's a criminal.
There's something about me. It just makes I don't know what it is yet, but
my hairs went up, bro. Like,
my hairs went up.
Something wrong, bro.
I need to take a closer.
Yeah. It's like it's like a predator thing, bro. The way they look at you, I don't like it.
It's like you said, it's the Sharon thing, where he's like,
your fences, bro.
He's like, you're gonna start to realize how people react to you when you're in the room. He's like, you're.
Yeah, bro. People start.
Like, yeah. He's like, you're the big predator in the ecosystem. So everyone is going to react to you.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got a point.
Yeah.
Got a point. He's like, you're the killer whale in the ecosystem. He's like, you kill everything. He's like, even the sharks are paying attention to what you're doing.
Well, that's the what is it? The guard dog? Fuck, what is it? I'm drawing a blank, bro.
Sheepdog.
The sheepdog, yeah, because the sheep are scared of the sheepdog, but so are the wolves. Exactly. So everyone's scared of you.
Yeah,
but your job is to keep the sheep safe, even though they're scared of you. That's a hard spot to be in.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, we're getting off that. Double standards in the sexes. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Yeah, man.
That? What do you mean by that? First,
it's just like you listen to podcasts, listen to FiftySixi'N on social media or whatever, right? And there's always seems to be in every section of life, whatever sliver you want to carve out, right? There always seems to be double standards in the sense of like, and I tell you what sparked my thought about this. I'm watching there's like an Instagram or like TikTok video or whatever, right? And it's a video of a show or whatever. And the lady was talking about, she was describing herself as a successful woman. I'm this, I'm successful, I make money, I'm attractive, yada, yada, blah, 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 whatever. Listen off all her attributes and traits. Basically saying like what type of guy, qualifies for her to even consider, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, bro, I know what you're talking about. Okay,
go ahead. And then the other guy was like, another guy's like, so wait a minute. He's like, so, no, and I didn't think of it until he said it. He was like, so let me, that's what it was. She was saying all that and then saying she didn't want to date down, right?
Yeah.
So, and he was like, he flipped on it in a second. He's like, so let me get this straight. So you want essentially someone who's like on your level or better, right? Makes more money. Well, yeah. He's on your attractive level or better. Yes, blah, blah, blah. He's like, okay. So this is the case. And her point was women shouldn't have to date down. He's like, well, if a guy has all these things, aren't those type of men dating down? And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's actually a really good fucking point. Like, what are we talking about right now? But it's like, and then, they kind of get back into it. And this is what the double standard part came up. And he's like, I asked the question. I'm like, it's not socially, he's like, what? He's like, for example, he's like, we're on this show and you're saying all these things that women should expect from men and dating and relationships, all of which are fine and dating. And I agree with you, right? Some of these things you're saying are bare minimum, but you should want a man to do blah, 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 blah. What in society is a man allowed to say out loud that they expect of a woman and it be socially acceptable? I was like, something like I can't think of any. Like he's like, a woman can say she wants a man to be a certain height. Right, but if a guy comes on here and says, "I expect a woman to be a certain weight," now he's an asshole.
Yeah,
or like I said, but that type of argument or whatever you can take it in the workplace or like in law enforcement, in sports, in dating, in tech, in this, or it's like you can literally do that across the board in the military, whatever. And I'm just starting thinking, I was like, man, it's like, but what I'm like, the double, like, you're not going to be able to ever get rid of double standards. Like, it's just a thing that exists
Yeah.
and
You
that
ready for
exists.
this?
Like, you kind of just have to like acknowledge that it exists. It is what it is.
I
I
just
will.
listened. I just listened to this today. You ready for this, bro?
Mm,
Monogamy and polygamy. Forever. Well, currently, women believe, or it's believed that monogamy benefits women, when in fact that's not true. Why? So the guy who was talking says, and he was trying to explain using like a comparison. He goes, let's say you have 100 men and 100 women. You have, for purpose of this, you have number 1 through 100, and number 1 could be looks, wealth, career, lifestyle, whatever, right? It doesn't matter.
mm.
Just for comparison purposes. 1, 1, 2, 2, all the way down. Is it not in the benefit of the bottom 10? Would it be better for them to be wife number 2 to the top 10 or stay at the bottom 10?
I guess you have to say better for society, better for just them personally.
Women, because it's believed monogamy benefits women.
I was just say, I think some women are sharing men, and they're in a polygamous relationship. They just don't know.
Or they
I
do
think
know.
some. I
There's
think
plenty
some
of women out there
women
that are fine with being the side chick, bro. You know that.
there's some fine there. Some are fine with it. Yeah.
And there's plenty of dudes fine with being the side dude, which I laugh at because women are like, oh, I got a side dude. I'm like, it's not the same.
It's not. It's not the same kind of.
No.
It's not a flex you think it is, but okay.
But we're not talking about side people. We're talking about actual like relationships, marriage, whatever. You're hitching your wagon, number 1 with number 1, number 2 with number 2, all the way down. Number 100 meaning you're bottom of the barrel, struggling. There's a lot that goes into whatever that means. But
well, yeah, it would be.
He goes, there's a reason women, and famous women, beautiful women, successful women, CEOs, actresses, models are completely fine with Elon impregnating them, signing that contract, because that motherfucker's got more money than God, bro. So why is that? If monogamy alone benefits women, why are so many women signing up to do that? Dude's got like 20 kids. More. I don't know. That we know of. I don't even fucking know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Is it not better to be wife number 2 or 3 to the Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos motherfucker? Or would you, no, fuck that. I got to be the only one. Okay, well then you're not going to live that lifestyle.
Yeah, you could be the only one over here. Yeah.
Again, I really want to shade away from like demeaning certain career paths, and because I don't get that. I don't like it. I don't even know what that would mean, but it's just a level of success that what you're describing. All women, I want a man 6 foot. Well, it used to be I want them. They need to make over 6 figures, which is 100,000. Now it's going. They should be making 250, 500, 1,000 a year plus. Otherwise, I can't even talk to them.
Yeah, like talk.
And I'm like, okay, well, there's like 1,000 dudes that do that. That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah, like it's less than what is that? Less than 5% of the population make over 6 figures. Just that part.
The top 5% of the population of the world. So make over 100,000 a year. That's it.
Of the world.
And that what was our boy's name? Samuel. Rest in peace, bro.
Oh, Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
You think you in the top 5? Nah.
Like it says, it's like what makes you think of all the things you're asking for? What makes you think that dude would want you in return?
There you go.
Yeah, the scheme in question, I guess. If you're not ready to answer it, you know what I mean. But it's I don't know. I think the dating the old reverse dating down shit was hilarious to me. And I was like, I'm like, so if that dude's got all that, why would he want you?
Well, again, I know what you're talking about, and those pop in my feed all the time, and I shamelessly watch that shit and laugh every fucking time. But again, it's because that's what it's become. It's shallow. It's shallow bullshit. Like when you actually are with somebody, supporting each other, building life, whatever. Again, what does success mean to you? I don't know. I don't want to live in fucking New York. Oh, I live in a $20 million high rise in New York. Gross. I don't want to live there. And let me rephrase that. I like New York City because I got to start talking about language. I've actually talked to a lot of people from New York that are like from like not the boroughs or whatever, but like the state of New York, upstate New York, whatever. They're like, bro, I fucking hate that. He goes, I'm not from there, from New York State. I'm from whatever. And it is vastly different. It is a very different. And let me explain. I just don't like being in the city. But for me, 5 acres and a little house, like I'm happy, bro. Like that to me is success. But people be like, oh, that's all. That's all you've. This is my happy place.
Yeah. So
I'm very happy and content doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, this is what I want. This is what I like. And it's, I guess for me personally, I'm not necessarily driven by money per se. Obviously, everybody's driven by
to a point.
driven by money. And
Where I can live comfortably and not stress. Yes.
no, I say, for me, money is not necessarily like a determination of my personal value, like how
No.
much I want enough money to buy the things that I need and to not stress. So it's like I don't need, you're like, oh, I got the latest fucking, G wagon or whatever. I'm like, those things don't. That's not what motivates me in life. To
Yeah. The older I get, bro. The older I get, that's how I
no
feel.
bearing on my self worth at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. The people who have that, I'm like, if that's what you like, that's fine. I'm not knocking that either. You know what I mean? I just need enough to take care of my shit. And you left alone, and I'm good. I'm great.
Bro, that makes me laugh. In my 20s, I always thought, like, if I ever make it, I'm going to buy a Range Rover. That was my, like, car.
Yeah. Now that I got enough money to buy Range Rover, I'm like, yeah.
No, I like my truck, and it's an old truck, and I like it. That makes me happy, and I don't want to.
Bro, and then I know it's super cliche, but, like, bro, it really is, like, the simple shit in life is vastly, vastly underrated.
Oh, bro. You know, bro, when you used to come up to hang out in Maine and shit, it's just a different lifestyle, baby.
Different lifestyle.
It's just quiet, peace. Sit by the fire, smoke a cigar, throw steak on the fire, right on the coals. I'm not saying open flame, but that's some good shit. Anyway, I digress. Yeah. It's just a different way of life, bro.
Different quality of life, right? And it's not gonna knock anybody else's, shit. But I know for me personally, that's not like a driving factor. Where some people that like keep up with the Joneses, as they say, I gotta stunt, I gotta have, like, that's never really been my shit. I was like, I like what I like. I think it was Tony A on an interview. He was talking about. He's like, listen, he's like, I'm good with what I got. He's like, as long as I'm good with what I got, I'm good. He's like, like, you can have 100 million and I can have 5. As long as I'm happy with what I got, I'm good. I'm not hating on what you got. I actually don't care at all. I really don't.
No,
I don't give a shit at all. But
I think it was Dave Chappelle. He's like, Jay-Z was like, millionaires show their wealth on their body. Billionaires don't have to. And he was like, oh shit, he had to put his chain away.
Yeah. Oh.
Or no, it was Kanye. Kanye said it. Because then Kanye got dropped. He's like, yo, bust that chain out, bro. You back here with me.
Put that away.
Oh shit.
But like, bro, the more money I've made, I've gotten into like making a little bit of money, make a little something. Enough to do some stuff.
Yeah.
It is different once you kind of figure out, like, oh, I'm good right here. I don't need to. Once you have enough, I don't need to overstrive to gain more, because like gaining all the extra stuff is not adding to my happiness. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, by amassing amounts of things doesn't necessarily add doesn't add to my happiness by the amount of things that I have or whatever, right? And I'm like, the more I kind of just like sit down and like be still and just like kind of like take stock of like where you're at, you're like, I'm like, this is good for me. This is fine. And I don't know if that's just like a man thing or whatever.
Nah, I think it's not on social media and stuff, but more and more women that they feel that they agree.
Yeah, it's like
they agree with that kind of lifestyle as opposed to but unfortunately those women and men, they're not on social media. They're not in your face. They're not on TV. They're not on reality TV. Like that shit's wild, bro. But back to your point, I tell my kids all the time, I was like, listen, I'm 100 right now. I could break you off $100 and it's not going to devastate me.
Yeah.
I'd like to be 1,000 there.
I'd like to be 1,000 there. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It'd be great.
I ain't there yet. I'm working there. But like, you got to keep your perspective on what you got going on, especially because like my son, he's starting his career and he's like, I don't know, he makes like $600 every 2 weeks. Like it's not a lot.
No,
it's hard to explain, but he's got benefits, healthcare, housing. I get all that, whatever. He's like, Dad, I was like, bro, you're living, bro. You're living. You got to start. I said, when that turns from 600 to 6,000 every 2 weeks, I was like, you're going to be like, I remember when.
You're going to appreciate that a lot more.
I remember when I was mixing tuna packs with minute rice so I could eat.
So I can eat, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm trying to get my proteins.
Right. I was telling somebody the other day, it's good when you hit a certain level. I'm like, you stop yourself time. You're like, well, I do this shit to people out there. I was like, whoa. I was like, hold on. I was like, you don't have to you don't have to live like that, right? We're well off. We don't have to do that. We don't all have to split an appetizer, guys. We can all get our own shit.
It's okay.
I don't have to live like that. I can get my own stuff. We're good.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Yeah, but we just get one for the table. I don't want that. I want this. I have enough to get this. I'm going to get this.
Yes. You know what? Let's touch on this, bro. Let's touch on this because this came up. It's not on our list, but I'm just laughing. I want to describe it. My son he's carried on his dad's tradition of gentleman dinners.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say gentleman, women are included, but the concept of gentleman dinners. And let me outline what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Group of individuals, co-workers typically, you go out to eat together.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say it's anything 4 or more. So if it's 2 or 3, that's not a big deal. Split the check, it's not a big deal. But when you start getting to 4, 6, 8, definitely anything more than 8, fuck that.
Yeah.
It's gentleman dinner, meaning when the bill comes, you're either all going to just split it evenly across the board, or one person pays and you Venmo that person, whatever it is. That's what it is. Now, there's rules, there's outliers, there's all these things. And my son experienced this for the first time. And I was fucking dying because he was trying to cultivate this. And they went out to, and again, he didn't book the place, wasn't communicated what was going on, but it was a relatively nice place. He's my son. He's my son. So, jeans in the night, you're going out, bro. Like, I'm not saying you got to wear a suit, but come on.
Yeah.
Jeans and a nice shirt. His other buddies were all wearing like their PT gear and like slides and shit. And this is like tabletop cloth napkins, that kind of shit. And then they didn't know how to order the food because it was a relatively nice place. So he ordered for the table and he was explaining to them the prices. And they're like, oh. And then one guy was like, well, I want to get 2 entrees because he's like, and I want the lobster. He's like, that's going to be $300.
Yeah. No,
he's like, nah, man, I got it. He's like, I'm trying to articulate this to you. Okay. All right, man. You do you.
All right.
He was very frustrated. I could tell he was enraged because he was used to going to dinner with me and my buddies and stuff, and he wasn't used to that. Then the bill comes. The one dude got a $300 bill. He's like, oh, Lord. And then the one buddy was like, well, I only had the chicken and like, I only had water. I was like, nah, bro, I was like, this is not, when you have to sit there and itemize a bill and be like, could you put the chicken and the tea on this card? Bro, I will scream at you and lose my mind. That is not a gentleman dinner. So, yeah, bro.
You bring up a good point, but that's why I don't do that with a lot of people.
No, you got to be. Listen, it was hard in the Secret Service because we always travel together, but I would have this whole preamble, and I'm like, you're gonna drop $100 tonight because it's just what it is. And again, there were some people who were like, well, I want this $400 bottle of wine.
Well, then
that's how you play. That's not. I'm not. That's not what we're doing.
Well, we're not splitting.
But if I have 2 bourbons and you have 2 Budweiser, it doesn't. I'm sorry, bro. We'll make it up some other way, but we're not like, it doesn't work that way. Yeah. Well, I had the salad and the water. Well, then don't ever come again.
Yeah, that's not your fault for ordering that. You should have got something.
Usually I was a real dick about it. I was like, you know what? I got you. Don't worry about it. And you just never invited again. Especially because I said this prior to, it wasn't surprise. It wasn't a shock. It wasn't like I didn't know. And it's not to be a dick. It's just like, that is frustrating. It's embarrassing too. And honestly, that's a pain in the ass for the waiter.
It is. And two, it's like, once you've done it a couple of times, everybody kind of like, you see what everybody else is ordering, right? If everybody's kind of like on par with what, kind of shit that we're ordering, right? Hey, we're at a steakhouse.
We're all ordering steak.
Everybody's getting a steak.
Yeah.
Well, the sides are fucking a la carte, whatever. Cool, whatever, right? A couple of drinks, it's pretty simple. But when when I'm listening to people order, I said this, but I said listen, I'm listening to people order, right? You're like, I'm going to have, just a chicken Caesar salad. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, we must be splitting this because I already see what's happening here.
Once again, 2, 3 people, sure. But you're in a table of 8, 10, 12. The biggest I've ever was 12. And it worked out, but I was like, this is going to go bad.
Yeah. I try not to go out.
Only if I fucking have to.
Yeah. Like you said,
I don't like it.
Or even if I'm with other men, right? Or like if you're on like a date, right? And I don't know why this is a fucking thing, right? But if there was a lady with me, right? You can say on a date, right? Or I'm responsible for, the other person who's coming along, right? At this stage, you could probably say date or, whatever. But like, because all my other friends are married or like in long-term relationships, right? So it's like when you're doing that, it's like it's between you and the other dudes who are paying. Like we know what's happening here. You know what I mean? Like,
go ahead, speak on it because I did this and I didn't realize I was being an asshole. But go ahead.
It's like we understand what's happening here. It's like you are responsible for you and your woman. You're responsible for you. Like you're ordering together. We are in agreement. We're probably just gonna just split this thing 4 ways, and that is what it is.
That's what it is.
Well, that's what it is, and we're out of here. I don't know. But I mean, at this stage of the game, the people that I associate with, we're all on the kind of like the same page. So it's like I think it would be frustrating to like run into that now and it not be that way. I'd be like, yeah, I don't think I can and
Well,
more.
I did this longer than I should have, and I never thought about it. But I would go out with a group of guys, but I would bring
Mhm.
my lady,
Uh-huh.
and it was like, well, six total,
Mhm.
but we would always split the bill 5 ways. I didn't think about it until finally one day I sat there and I went, wait, and let me explain something to you. It wasn't like 2 or 3 times. It was probably like a year, so multiple times. And I went, wait a second,
Really fine.
I should be paying for two. They're like, we were wondering how long it was going to take you to think about that. And I was like, well, say so. My thing was like, say something though. Bro, it wasn't even in my brain. It wasn't. And so I was that guy. So now I was like, fuck. So like for the last year, I've been on the hook. I'm like, all right, I got one-on-one. I'm like, hey, I got this. Bro, I didn't even, I understand what you're saying. If everyone's got their significant other, I get what you're saying on that point,
Yeah.
but I'm like, anyway, I was embarrassed. But again, my thing is like, if you and I were like, bro, no, I'm not splitting. Pay for,
Well, yeah.
It's not a disrespect thing, but like, anyway, I was like, say something. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
it was like I was trying to get over on $30 or whatever. It was just like, I didn't even think about it.
Or if it's like, when I do this with, with buddies that I go out drink with, right? He's like, we have a nice system, right? So it's like, hey, I'm going to go. And we'll usually end up paying like each individual, like, put a card down. So, or if we're going multiple places, right?
Yeah.
So me and my boy Kim will go our favorite place, Manor Heights, Velvet Gypsy, right? If we go out to, have dinner, go out for a couple of drinks, whatever, we're usually more than likely 8.6% of the time going to hit one, if not both of these places in the night, right?
Yeah.
We'll be like, hey, we're going to go here. I'm going to buy the drinks at this place. Cool. I'm going to buy the drinks at the next place. Cool. Or vice versa. That's just how it goes, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, like, hey, we have 3 drinks over here. We're going to get at least 2 or 3 drinks over here. We'll swap it. Like it evens out at some point, right? It's not.
So that's my point. It's like, oh well, I paid for 3 of your drinks and I only had 2 here. It's like, bro, what?
And it's funny.
What are we doing here?
The only time it ever comes up, is when it'll be people from like outside the group who like come in and they'll hang out and they'll be like, it's like it's like, hey man, I'm going up to buy around because it's easy. It's always easier for one person to order at a time, right?
100%.
So you're going to him, going to get around. Need some. Cool. I need, 3 old fashions. You go up there, boom, 3 old fashions on my tab. Usually the next person will go up and be like, hey man, I'm going up again. We all good? Another 3? Cool. I now to the bartender, I need 3 old fashions. Right? That's usually how it goes. So you get somebody, and it usually takes 2 or 3 rounds to kind of figure it out. You're like, hold on. I went this last time. He went last time. Motherfucker, it's your turn to go up there and order the goddamn drink. It's on you this time.
Yeah, but do you actually say that to them? Yo, motherfucker, it's your turn.
My boy Cam was a lot more confrontational.
Well, I guess it depends on how outside the group you're referring to.
Yeah, exactly. I will just take note and be like, oh, nah, I'm not. Now I notice I'm like, yeah, I'm not asking you next time I go up there. Just, I call people like, hey, you need something? You need
Yeah.
Right? I just, that way they kind of like quietly get the fucking point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like, it's a whole nother.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting off top. We're going to have to save some of these topics for the next one, which is fine. But I love this train of thought. So do you ever feel like somebody's trying to big time you when they're like, and let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain events, if I invite and you pay for the table, it's a nice gesture. I'm not trying to lord it over you, be like, or whatever. But again, that's for us, that's kind of rare. I mean, if it's me and my children and you, and we have lunch, it's like, I'm not lording it over you because I'm like, let me get you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
But then there's times when you go out with like another couple or whatever, and then you're like waiting for the bill and like, oh, I already took care of it. I'm like, I'm a man, bro. Like, what are you doing? I got my, what are we doing? So, am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for that thought process, bro?
No, you're not. But I have learned to,
once again, it's not like you and me. That'd be different. Yeah.
I get what you're saying, where it's like, in the context of the situation, it's like, I feel like you're trying to either one-up me or you're trying to like establish.
Yeah, what's going on here?
It's like, it's like, obviously we're both larger gentlemen. So it's like, you feel inadequate in some way. So you're trying to like maybe use the money thing to like, establish yourself or whatever. And I just go, I've learned, right? This is how I always keep, not huge amounts of cash, but enough, right? It's like, oh, you're going to take care of the bill? There you go. Here's our portion. Just so you don't get that. Oh, here you go. Oh no, that's not a big deal. Yeah, I know. So here you go.
I know it's not. That's why I'm giving it to you because this is not a big deal.
Exactly. That's why I'm giving it to you. Appreciate the gesture. I'm just going to have to pay you back now. Only a couple times where it's like only a couple times where I felt like 90% sure like that's what was happening.
Like a
But I'm
power
like,
move going on.
trying to power move, bitch.
Yeah, like
What?
hold on.
Like, bitch,
Now
you know how to raise my voice. Hey man, get this money, bro. Take the money back. Yeah, man.
slide up on you real quick and just grab him real hard.
Yeah.
Now I will say it was a power move because typically my dad always pays, but now it's almost become a thing between him and I, and we'll go out and I gotta go to the bathroom. He's like, no, you don't, because like I'll slide, but he'll just take care, put it out here. He's like, no, you won't. I'm like, Dad, come on, man. He's like, no. But again, that's more lighthearted, friendly stuff, but family stuff.
But see that one, that move right there, I'm not. That one I'm
Again,
not
this
mad.
is family. It's
I'm not
not
even
tight. Yeah.
not even that, right? That one I'm not mad about, right? So if I I don't put it this way. If I was trying to just make a nice gesture, right, and not as a power
Yes.
move, slid out to the bathroom, take care of the check, right? You tell the waiter, listen, don't tell them who paid for it. It's already
Yes. Let
taken
it
care
go.
of. Just like instead of saying, "Oh, so and so already fucking paid," please don't say that. Just say, "Hey, the tab was already taken care of. You guys are good to go. Appreciate it. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Please don't say anything." Because then you got some people like, "Oh no, I already took care of it, bro." So you had to let us know you took care of it. Because to me, and again, it's just the way I operate. If it was really just a good gesture, I don't need you to know that I took care of it. That I did a nice thing. Because that takes away the point of doing a nice thing. And then once you know I did the nice thing, that's why I did the nice thing, and that's why I did it like that. Because I didn't want you to fucking know.
Yeah. I will say, my well, it's not my restaurant, but the Lost Fire, one of my favorite places. It's in Maine. Chef German, shout out. He does some baller shit every now and again. I mean, listen, I have spent copious amounts of money there as well. It's one of the main places where I was referencing the store earlier where I fucked up and I didn't realize I was fucking up. But anyway, long story short, every now and again, I don't know what, he's I love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and again, we'll have a full meal, drinks, all this stuff. Love it there. Never expect nothing from that guy. And they'll drop the bills off and it'll just be like, loved having you here. It's just a note. Like, that's a baller move, bro. We all go, Chef, he's like, that's a baller move, bro.
Yeah, you bring me enough business. I just, I love having you here. I'm not trying to fucking stunt on you. I just,
no. Well, listen, one, he could, because I do love it. Because every time we go there, bro, there's probably 10 or 15 women that are like, oh, Chef, we love you. And I was like, oh, this dude, because he's single. I was like, this dude's balling out of control. Bro, I love it. He's also just, side note, I'm pretty confident, maybe I'll get corrected, he is the only restaurant in the world that I'm aware of that has a Secret Service plaque for taking care of the boys during COVID.
Probably.
I think he is. That thing is displayed right in the front, right in the front. But when you walk in, you look at it like, is that Secret Service? What the fuck? It's not like a food award. It's not like something like that, which he's got plenty of those.
Don't worry about that going on.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, bro. All right, well, this ties in. We're gonna two things, bro. We went for an hour, bro. Pretty privileged, and then we'll talk about our restaurant stop picks. Again, the Lost Fire doesn't count, but I love that place. You should hit it up. It's phenomenal. He's doing big things. He's my boy. But anyway, go ahead. Pretty privileged actually ties in what we just talked about, bro. Because they never expect to pay for shit.
Exactly. So, again, along the same lines of like double standards, right? It's again, another one was like pop out shit, like, you shut down and kind of like hear about it. And I just thought deeper about it. And I'm like, pretty, I guess it is a thing. It's like, you're not going to have to, in the most part, like work as hard, or people are not requiring as much of you per se, because they want to be around pretty or, whatever. So it's like, easy example, right? Nightclubs or restaurants or whatever, right? Ladies get in free. Why? Because women are pretty. And what brings the men who are paying is the pretty women there. So why would you make women pay?
Yeah, business.
They're not going to pay anyway. You want them to come in there, right? And it's like, and you only let in the pretty ones.
Yes.
Right? They're like, you're like, oh, some people get in this business because they're attractive. You're like, that's not right. I'm like, might not be, but
why are you here?
And it's one of the things. Yeah, it's like, I heard a thing today. The guy was like, he's like, it's important. He's like, it's important to know if other people find you attractive. He's like, it's dangerous. It's dangerous for you to not know that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because it's important for you to know because you can misconstrue people's actions towards you.
Right? Yeah.
You think they're being genuine because like, oh, they must think I'm a great person and blah, blah, blah. They're not realizing.
No.
The only reason that they're treating you this way is because of how you look and how you present, and they find you to be.
All right. I got two things. Hold on. Hold that note. One, yes, I agree. But to your point, I can't tell you, especially again, line of work, law enforcement, military, all that stuff. I wasn't in the military, but working with them.
Mm-hmm.
Times it's you and one or two females, and it's like, hey, do you guys want to go grab some food or whatever? The look, not, I don't think I'm confrontational. I think there's a right way to say it, but I just was like, I'm not trying to fuck you. I just don't want to eat alone. But it's like, what about this interaction suggests that that's what I'm doing?
Yeah.
To their point, I'm sure they get hit on. I get it. I get the concept, but I'm just very abrupt. It's like, I'm not trying to fuck you. I just, we work together. I need food, whatever. Most of the time, he gets a laugh, and we have a good time. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
But this is the other question I was going to have, because it's happened to both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you could tell your story of when it happened to you. But when women buy me drinks or like that, I don't know. They'll just come up to me, and it makes me laugh though, because it's happened a few. Listen, I'm not a fucking. I get it. I'm not. I've never been described as pretty. I'm not a fucking. It's not that shit. But I don't know what. It's a power move for the female. I will not take that away. But it always puts me on my heels. I don't know how to react typically because I'm not ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
But my question / request, tell your story about what happened to you, because you had a group of girls. Is that a turn on or a turn off? Again, you're single, all this blah blah blah. I don't want to get into this other bullshit, but you're single, you're sitting at a bar, maybe you and your buddy, whatever, and a girl or girls buy you a drink, whatever that concept. But tell your story, then answer that.
That's exactly how it kind of.
Right? Well, I know, but that's the point. It's always like it's like, oh God.
So I'll tell the story for the people watching, right? So this is what I mentioned. My boy came over. So me and him were sitting at a bar. We're not at the bars, and we're literally just shooting the shit. Well, we're not, it's like say a dinner, but it's it's a quiet weeknight or whatever. Really just
whatever.
We just talking, really just talking, not really like out on the fucking town. Or like
you're not making eye contact with women. Like
it's literally me and him sitting on the corner of the bar, right? So he's here, I'm here on this corner, right? We're just literally just old fashioned, shooting the shit, having a drink, looking at the TV, talking about. Wasn't really noticing, but there's a group of girls sitting like behind us. One of the girls comes up, she's like, "Oh, you guys, we got to take a shot with us." And my girlfriend's, sure, whatever. Like she's like, "I already bought them. Why don't we, take a shot with us?" Sure, whatever. Not gonna turn on the drink and be rude, right? And like I said, we're sitting. We just saw the bunch and they're like poorly, so they're not fucking spiked. Or, nothing crazy going on. We're sitting right next to where they're making them. So we're like, "Oh no, you guys, make small talk. You guys celebrating something? What are you guys doing? Oh, we're just having a girls' night, bro. We get a shot, blah blah." Literally immediately, "Oh, hope you guys have a great night." Boom boom. Go lick immediately. Go sit back down. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe 5 to 7 minutes go by. Girl comes back up. She's like, "Can I ask you guys a question?" And like, yeah. Sure. She's like, "How come when we bought the shots, you guys didn't like try to stay and like talk to us or like, interact with us at all? Like, blah, 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 whatever." And my boy at the time, he's like, well, I'm engaged, and I'm like, what about you? I was like, well, I'm not engaged. And I was like, I don't know if you were paying attention to the social cues. We were actually just shooting the shit, having a regular conversation. We weren't in the mood for whatever. And I was like, like we said before, I was like, I'm also not trying to fuck you. I was like, I don't find you to be attractive in that way. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
but they were insulted, bro.
They were insulted that
100%.
they would buy that she would do that to like, I say Laura said, right? Not necessarily with nefarious purposes, right? But like,
no, I get it.
To gain our attention, to kind of like,
I get it.
Present
shoot their
themselves.
Shot, bro.
Shoot their shot anyway. And again, it's like, well, me, this has happened to me plenty of times where I'm like, I'm not necessarily picking up on like the bear to the back and forth of like, oh, to the point where like another person would be like, she's hitting on you, right? I'm like, wait, what? Oh, me? I just thought we were having a nice conversation. What the fuck? Because it's weird because I wasn't like expecting that energy, so I wasn't expecting for a woman to like to be hitting on me with the intent of like I guess you would say chase or whatever the fuck, right? So
whatever,
like,
I got you. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, I'm also capable of just having a good conversation without trying to get in your fucking pants. I'm not, I've told plenty, let's say female friends, because they're still friends of mine now, right? But sometimes not enough for me. You're not, they're hitting on, but I'm not picking up on what they're putting down. I guess whatever. I'm like, listen, us spending time together, hanging out, is not predicated on whether I'll get to fuck you or not. Not. I'm not trying to fuck you. I'm not.
Why? Am I not attractive enough for you? What's wrong with me?
It's like, yes, you are attractive. I was like, look, you're a attractive woman. I personally am not trying to fuck you though. Now, I was like, we have a good friendship, we're having a good time. You know, it's what is wrong with that? You don't think I'm like, so let me get this straight. So if I was trying to fuck you, and that's all that I was trying to do, that would be okay. Well, no, I guess not. I think that'd be rude and crude and blah blah. I'm like, so which one is so which? I don't understand. I don't get it. But I think, but again, it's like with girl one time. He's like, I was like, listen, not that I think I know I'm an attractive man, right? I'm an
Yeah,
attractive,
get it, bro.
I'm an above average man on any metric that you can have, right? Covenant wise, I believe that of myself, right? That of myself. So I don't need external
Yeah,
validation.
fuck it, whatever, bro.
I don't need external validation to think that of myself, right? I was like, and the history of my life would also deem that to be correct as well.
Very humble, bro. I love it. I love it. Go.
You know, I'm talking my shit, right? So, but I have noticed that in talking to women in that range or in that spectrum of like, they're almost like I said, they're offended that you are not necessarily chasing them, like pursuing them. And I'm like, and this gives me to like a deeper thing. Be like, oh, he's not doing this, or he's not doing this, or she's not doing this. I was like, first of all, let's just cut all the bullshit. You know, different attachment styles and attractiveness, or if they wanted to, they would. I'm like, let's just break this down to the most basic thing, right? I was like, here's what you guys are missing here. I was like, when it drops down to it all, I was like, one, they don't like you like that. You're not attractive to them, either physically or as a person. You are not attractive. They don't like you like that. They don't like you enough, and that's literally just what it is. I was like,
Yeah.
because all of those rules and all the other shit goes out the window when the bitch. I said, bitch. That could be a man or a woman, right? I said, when a motherfucker likes you, all of that shit goes out the window.
Oh yeah.
All
Well, women too, though.
One and two. All of
They
it.
got all these
of it.
rules. They got all these rules. I'm like, nope, they don't like
No,
you, bro.
they
Because
don't
guess
like
what? They don't have any rules when
They like you,
they
ain't no
want you.
rules. Ain't no rules. Like you could call her at 2:00 in the morning. I miss you. Come over, and she'll be there. But she like you.
Yeah. Well, I will say this too. Hold on. I will say this. It's an age thing too, because when you're young, bro, dude's driving 6 hours to go get some, bro. Like whatever, they going wild, going off the rails. But when you get older, it's like, bro, that you become a lazy hunter, bro. It's like, nah, I'm not doing that. And so it's like, I'm not chasing, I'm not doing all that. And then unless I'm looking for a relationship, which that's a lot of work and effort and time, you got to be picky, bro. So to your point, it's like you get to an age range where it's like, bro, I'm not. Now listen, there's dude dogs out there.
Yeah, I won't even say. I don't even say it's an age. I don't even necessarily think it's.
I don't know. For me, it is. I'm too old for that shit, but I'm tired.
I think it's when you figure out as a guy. I think it's when you figure out that you're attractive. You're not gonna do all that. Once you realize that you don't have to do that,
yeah,
you're not gonna do that. Like she making you jump through all those hoops. I gotta buy you a $300 dinner. No, fuck, I don't.
No, I don't.
I don't.
Next.
No. Paris.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, last thing.
Yeah.
Last thing. Restaurants.
I actually don't have a full-blown restaurant. My thing is I love myself a nice little ice cream sweet treat, if you will. Right?
Yes, you do. It's always on your feet.
I stumbled into this place one time. There's a little coffee shop not too far from my house. It's actually right in the same plaza like Starbucks. Starbucks was closed one day. For whatever reason, I think they were like remodeling some shit or whatever. And I was like, fuck, I couldn't get a coffee. Oh, there's no little coffee shop in here. So I actually had to like do a little drive through. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, they got ice cream. And like, I know pastries and shit like that. No coffee shop. I'm like, they got ice cream. I'm like, what kind of ice cream y'all got?
That's that boy, bro. I love it.
What kind of ice cream you got? What you got in there? So I think I actually ended up coming inside, like tasting a few of the flavors, but it's a place it's called Kelly's Ice Cream. It is originated and based in Orlando, Florida. And they only have, in Tampa, they only have 2 places where you can actually get, so the coffee shop is Foxtail, is the coffee shop, but the Kelly's Ice Cream is only in 2 of these coffee shops. I'm literally like not even 5 minutes from my house. The other one's like on the other side of town, right?
Dangerous, bro. Dangerous.
Right? So I'm like, I just stumbled upon it, and that is my shout out. I would love if Kelly's just, ownership over here was like, please stop switching out the fucking flavors every month. They have seasonal flavors, so they change. They have like I think it's 6 or 7 regular base flavors that they always have, and then every month they change up like a different like 4 or 5 like other flavors.
What they take away from you, bro? What they remove for you,
bro? They took away cookie butter, which is a couple months ago. And I was like, Lord have mercy, that shit was so good. And one of them was like a graham cracker, chocolate graham cracker, whatever. And it's always like these fun fucking flavors. And I'm like, but my favorite is obviously the thing that got me hooked was Cookie Mustard, which is essentially like a cookies and cream ice cream, but it's blue, so it looks like so it looks like Cookie Mustard from fucking Sesame Street. So that's the one that got me hooked. So it's that one, Oreo dough, Odo, are my two go tos. But yeah, that's my shout out to Kelly's. I actually got a pint of fucking snickerdoodle in there that I need to try.
I bet you do.
Exactly.
I bet you do. Well, something I'm late to the game in, and this is not my shout out, but crumble cookie. Bro, you crazy if you don't. You are crazy if you
overly
don't.
sweet.
You got to get the right ones. Now, they do change every week, bro. They do change every week.
Yeah, I mean, they're good.
It's not even a cookie, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a cookie. I don't like, put it this way, it's not necessarily a cookie. It's like it's a huge,
depends on what you get.
Like a cinnamon roll, bro.
It depends on what you get. You got to get the right ones. Nah, bro. Anyway, late to the game on that one. No, my shout out is, so one of the only things I can enjoy about New Jersey is the diners. And I went to Top's Diner. It's not a hole in the wall. It's actually probably world famous.
Oh, really?
All this shit. But to my knowledge, there's only one, so it's not a chain. And dude, there's something about a good fucking diner. Yeah, I walked in, they're balling out of control. They had like Happy Louis the 14th. They had all these drinks that you could get. I didn't get any of that. But, and then the food, bro, they had lemon blueberry cornbread with whipped honey butter, bro. Bro. It's just something about being in a diner with good food like that. Like that is a rarity in a lot of places.
Is this place better than Three Coins?
First of all, 100%. The ambiance, I will say, they're not dealing coke out the back, and the cooks aren't cutting their fucking fingers off. But I don't think they're open 24 hours. So anyway, I was telling somebody about Three Coins the other day, bro. I was like, there's only really two places in Tampa where you could go as a cop and be okay, and you don't ask questions, and they don't tell you, because I don't care what you're doing in the back. Just don't fuck with my food. It'll be good.
Make it good. That's it.
All good. And Three Coins, and then Perkins. We ain't gonna say her name, but 8 Ball on the arm. What's up? Always smells like bleach and cigarettes. Love that.
Always took care of us, though.
Always took care of us and would come out and chat with us and didn't give a shit.
Always took care of us.
Yeah,
while we're on food, what I cannot wait for on this trip coming up, what's the burger joint out there? Like?
In-N-Out.
No.
It's In-N-Out. It's In-N-Out.
Is it In-N-Out?
In-N-Out is the famous West Coast burger place. You better not say something else, because you're going to get stabbed.
Is it In-N-Out?
Yes, bro.
I know it's not. Hold on. I know it's not Whataburger, because they're building like a fuck ton of them in.
No, it's In-N-Out. Bro, stop playing with me right now. It's In-N-Out. The burgers are great. The fries are
I'm trying to think of the name of the fucking
Animal Style.
Yes.
Yeah, that's In-N-Out, bro. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's In-N-Out, bro.
I can't fucking wait, bro. I can't fucking wait. I'll find about that.
There's so much other good food there, but okay, I hear.
I don't care about that shit. I want a nice fucking wax paper with the fucking bro. Fuck the fries. I want the fries. Give me like 3 of the burgers. I'm good.
The fries are not good, bro.
That's why I just said fuck fries. I don't want the fries. Fuck them fries.
The burgers are banging though.
I want. Yes, Animal Style, 3 of them bitches, double cheese, all of that, all the fucking wax paper.
Bro, your arteries are going to be like carbon fiber.
I don't care. I don't care.
I will show you some other good spots, but fine. I hear you.
Nah, I don't care about
that. California, LA does have some ball food, bro. Baller food. I'm a fat boy. I can't help it.
Care for it. Right. Is what it is.
All right, bro. Actually, we got next week, and then we'll be in LA.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, bro. I'm pumped about LA.
Let me
I got the book coming out.
Let me fun. I'm excited for it all.
Let's go, baby. All right, brother. Appreciate you.